With the release of Street Fighter 6 being 3 weeks behind us, you might have gotten tired of simply sending text to jury and just mashing around in ranked and actually want to learn how to level up, because I firmly believe that joy in fighting games comes from constant progression. In order to progress in fighting games, you need to master training mode. I'm going to give you 5 quick settings to master in Street Fighter 6 training mode to quickly level up and lab like the pros. And the first tip I have for people getting into Street Fighter 6 with the training mode is to use the built-in exercises that are provided by the game. So when you pause the game, let's go over to simple training settings. Use LB and RB to go through these menus. Simple training settings are actually going to mimic certain settings I'm going to show you in the rest of this video, but these have the default settings set up for you. So for example, if you do combo practice, it sets it up so that the dummy will block after you drop your combo. So if you test this out, if I do a fake combo here, you see the dummy will block after, but if I drew a true combo, they'll all hit, and then it'll show me if my combo is true or not, right? So this is great for practicing combos, so you can have the setting set up, and when you apply the setting, it basically modifies other settings in here. Another great one, anti-air practice. Apply the setting. There you go. You got Ryu jumping at you. You picked your character here. You can practice anti-airing maybe into something fancy after. And another great one, which I think a lot of people probably need, is this one, drive impact defense practice. Here, Ryu will randomly drive impact at you. You can practice reacting to it on the fly. And hone your DI defensive reactions. So check out these simple training exercises. I will teach you how to customize and tweak your own training exercises in this video, but these are actually really great out of the box. If you take away anything from this video, check these out and practice them with your character. Okay, the next setting to take away is turning on the frame meter. So we're going to pause the game. We're going to go on over to screen display settings and go to frame meter and turn this on. And this brings up the frame meter. I'm not going to go into all the details of what this shows, but this will lay the foundation for understanding how the game works a little bit more under the hood for later on. It shows the frames of your attacks and your opponent's attacks and their recovery when you hit them, right? So for example, I'm going to show you the basic numbers that you want to pay attention to that can help you get the gears turning and understanding what's going on with your character and the opponent. If you do a crouching light punch, for example, as shown by the input display, the startup 4 frame, that is the big takeaway here. That means that this move will hit on the 4th frame. It takes 4 frames before it actually becomes active and can hit the opponent. So the green is the startup, where it's the wind up animation, and then the sort of reddish color is where it can actually hit the opponent. Here's a slower button, right? There's startup 12 frames. This will hit on the 12th frame. All those green boxes there in the frame meter show where it's not active, and then that shows on the red box that it hits on frame 12. In Street Fighter 6, the fastest normals are all 4 frames, so your crouching light punch generally is going to be your fastest button. You can see here the crouching light kick 6 frames, standing light punch 6 frames. Helps you get an idea how fast your moves are and will help you piece together combos later. The other thing is, it tells you how much advantage you have if you hit the opponent or put them in block stun, make them block a move, right? So here I can see that this move is +4 on hit, because you see their advantage 4 frames in blue. Here's crouching medium kick, advantage 3 frames in blue, right? So all these moves are pretty much advantage on hit, and this will help you structure combos. So for example, this heavy kick here, 7 frame advantage on hit. My crouching medium punch is 7 frames startup. My back medium punch is 8 frames startup. So back medium punch didn't combo there. As you can see, the combo counter didn't go up. However, crouching medium punch did. Crouching medium punch is 7 frame startup. Back heavy, the stand heavy kick was 7 frames of advantage. There you go. You use the frame meter to piece together a combo. Use this in conjunction with the other settings I will show you how to utilize in order to understand how your character is kind of operating. There's a lot of different ways to modify your frame data in this game. Drive rush gives you more advantage frames, as does punish counter and counter hit. So having this frame display on will help you understand what's plus or not. For example, this heavy kick is +2 on block, but my crouching medium punch is -2 on block. -2 meaning the opponent moves 2 frames before I can there. So maybe up close, I don't want to use this move in this way because the opponent can move first. Very useful to have displayed, and you'll slowly start to pick up some information about the game by having this setting on. Okay, so the number 3 thing you want to take away from this is the dummy settings page. This is one of the key settings that you want to understand for the training mode. I'm not going to cover everything in this video. I'm going to go over the basics, and the basic thing you need to understand is these 2 settings here, counter and block. Counter applies the different types of counters that exist in Street Fighter 6. Counter hit, when you hit the opponent before their move comes out, that's called a counter hit. So if they're mashing on wake up and you hit them, it'll pop up counter hit. So if I turn that on, always counter. says counter hit there on my side of the screen. Punish counter is, for example, when you punish a move after blocking it, or if they whiff a move and you hit them. And that's the big one too. You know, certain moves have special states on a punish counter. Or you can put it on random so that you can randomly get one of these states when you hit them. Either no counter hit, punish counter, you know, it'll just randomly apply it. But we'll start with standard for now, which it'll leave it as a natural hit or a punish counter depending on your other settings in training mode. Now block, this is a big one. By default, you're on no block, so the dummy just gets hit over and over. But here's what you want to learn how to use. Block after first hit. This is basically your combo practice mode. If I do a fake combo, the dummy will immediately block after the first hit. So if I'm trying to practice basic combos, right, and try to figure out how things work together, I can see that this jab to medium, that's not really a combo. However, medium to jab, it hit, right? It connected. That is a combo. So the dummy will block if you drop the combo, and it'll help you quickly identify what things combo and what things don't, right? Which can be very useful, especially if you start applying things like dry rush into your combos. For example, how do I extend a combo from my lights and with a dry rush and get more damage from them? Well, I can't do dry rush from a jab into a heavy kick. Crouching medium kick doesn't connect either. What about jab? Jab worked. Jab worked, and look at that. I'm actually at advantage 8. My back medium was 8 frames. It connected. So with the 2 settings I've already showed you, I'm already able to piece together combos using the frame meter and the always block setting on, right? So you start to be able to build these building blocks to learn a lot quicker. So the other thing besides block after first hit is block all. So the dummy will block everything. This is good for testing block strings, because when you block a move, you're actually pushed further out, and you want to be able to know if they block a certain sequence, what can you do to them at this range? So if they block my jab sequence, for example, at this range, I can't hit them with any light buttons, right? Maybe I can do a medium kick, right? So there's a sequence I can do right there. You want to understand your ranges. You can turn block all on. Block count is another very important setting. This one will block the set number of hits up to 30. So this is super useful because you can have them block 2 hits and then get hit by the 3rd, right? So if you want to test certain strings to see what happens if they stop blocking sporadically, this is the setting you're going to use. This is really useful, and like I said, all these settings will tie into what you do in conjunction with other settings in this video, but these 2 are the primary ones that you want to mess with. The other one is recovery down here. Now, when you knock the opponent down, there's 2 primary ways to recover in this game. There is recover in place and recover backwards. So if the opponent does nothing, they will recover in place. So there's recover in place. However, if they press any buttons on knockdown, they'll actually recover backwards. So that's how you can modify which way they get up, which will come into play, especially if you're testing certain meaty setups or certain offensive sequences. You definitely want to have this setting in mind here. So those 3 settings are the biggest takeaways from this page that you definitely will want to tweak to test out your character. With that, the next setting you're going to want to master is the reversal settings. There's a lot going on this page. Once you access the reversal settings tab, you can go left and right through several options. Wake up reversal, block reversal, reversal after damage. What these refer to are what the opponent will do after recovering from a certain state. Wake up reversal is when you knock them down and they get off the ground. That's wake up. You can set the dummy to do something in that moment. Block reversal, after they block a move, you can set the dummy to do something there. And reversal after damage, after they get hit, you can set the dummy to do something in that state. This is a super important page which will help you level up so much. I am telling you. The biggest one I think you should turn on is click on block reversal, and then click on one of the options here. This one's empty, you just select it, and then you can select what move you want them to do. So there's a lot of options that you can tab through here. You can even record your own custom options, but it has most of the moves pre-canned that you need in order to level up right here. So I would go to crouching light punch. For most characters, it's going to be their fastest move, and this is what people are mashing on defense. So once you select the move, it's set here in your block reversal settings. You can press Y to turn it on. Now remember the other page I showed you, you can have the dummy setting to block. I'm going to put the dummy to block all in the dummy settings here, and now the opponent will block every move I do. And after blocking, they're going to press their jab. So this is a great way to figure out how to pin down the opponent and do block strings and pressure sequences that they can't press buttons in the middle of, right? So remember, I tested a lot of the moves. Most of JP's moves are negative on block, except this one. is +2. We saw earlier with the frame meter. What can I do after this to frame trap? So I can't press another heavy kick, that's too slow. Can't press back medium punch, that's too slow. Can't do crouching medium punch either, that's too slow. What can I do, a jab? There we go. What can I do from that? Basic frame trap combo. If I get close to them, I can pressure with this move, do jab, jab into my quarter circle forward light punch and get a combo and punish them for mashing. And of course, you know, you can level up from there, extend it with drive rush, do even bigger combos, yada, yada, yada. That is such a crucial setting to know to learn how to just get some basic offensive training going. On the same hand, you're gonna wanna test that out also with wake up reversal. This is the other part where people mash. People mash on wake up all the time. So on wake up reversal, I'm gonna put him doing crouching light punch. And now I'll set them to block after first hit. When I knock them down, on wake up, they're gonna mash that reversal. So now you can practice your meaty timings, right? So I knock that down, boom, meaty heavy kick. Stop him from mashing the light punch there. Basic combo. What am I gonna do here? Basic jab, meaty right there. This helps you practice the timing. And like I said, don't forget, you can do recover backwards as well. The timing is the same, but the positioning is different. So if you're mid-screen, they're gonna recover in different spots, even though it's the same timing. I can practice meeting with whatever. And if you want to get used to the animations, you can do random to do both here. But this is so key to practice your basic bread and butter combos and then see how you can stop the opponent from waking up freely and pressing buttons. These two settings alone, wake up reversal and block reversal with crouching light punch and crouching light punch sent to both, this will take you so far in shutting down people from mashing on your offense. To take it to the next level though, here's a really great feature that this has. On the block reversal, for example, I can press X to modify this setting and turn the count settings from 1 to 10 here. This is actually a really great feature. This lets you test extended block strings. So I'm gonna set this block reversal to 3 actually. So what happens after 3, they press a light punch. There you go, punish counter, I can try that. That fierce punch will punish them. This is essentially testing spacing traps is what you can call this. So yeah, I'm kind of spaced out and there's not really much I can do from this range. I can try and see what buttons I can press to punish them for trying to take back their turn. So super useful to play with this setting, and you can tweak this to get it much more complex. And on top of that, you can have multiple options on at the same time, as I have here the crouching light punch and drive impact on, and they will do randomly both options up to as many as you set there, right? So here I have drive impact on here. So now I can practice countering DI for my meaty pressure. So if they wake up jab, I'm hoping to get a meaty here and convert that to a combo. If they wake up DI, I'm looking to counter the DI. Simple training exercise right here to stop people from waking up with 2 common options and make your offense airtight. Okay, the next training mode setting to master, I've already kind of utilized it throughout this video, is the shortcut settings. When you pause the game, go on over to basic settings, you're gonna wanna pull up shortcut settings right here. And this has this menu and has some key settings that you're gonna want to set with your controller to quickly navigate through training mode and restart and quickly set up scenarios so that you save a lot of key time in the lab. Number 1, restart battle. I think this is on by default. You can set the button for what this is going to be. Restart battle is amazing because it lets you quickly restart training mode and start over without having to waste time. And you can actually change the position in which you start on the screen. Down plus the restart button will take you to the mid screen with you on the left side. Up plus restart will take you to the right side mid screen. To the right with plus restart, there you are in the corner. Now you can do down to the right to put yourself in this corner. Left plus restart, down left plus restart puts you on the other side, right? So you can go to every single spot of the screen, the common spots, the corner, you in the corner, mid screen, either side. So it's really useful to have this feature to quickly navigate and test things on different spots of the screen. And you know, for example, if I was testing this counter DI strategy, maybe I don't want to see the whole DI animation every single time. I might just quickly restart. There, I did it successfully. Let me test again. Did it successfully, test again, right? I do this all the time when testing my reactions to certain things. I won't sit there and watch the full animation go through. You can quickly drill patterns and practice very efficiently using this. Now, another more advanced setting, which is pretty similar, is the saved status setting. So you can do custom save states so that you can quickly test certain things repeatedly. So for example, if I wanted to test the DI here, maybe I'm going to save the state. So I activated my save state shortcut, and keep in mind that they have this very unique function key. I assign that to my left bumper. It allows you to have many more shortcuts saved. So I hold the left bumper plus a different button to activate one of these. And I saved a state by holding left bumper plus my Y button. You can also save state by pausing and going to save status under basic settings as well. But now that I save the state, there I am right there. I might save the state a little bit later actually. This is a super useful save state. So now I can hop back to this anytime. And now I can practice my punish DI combo. So when you get a counter DI, you're gonna wanna have a big combo at the ready every single time. This saves a lot of time because that whole DI animation takes like 3 seconds. And over the course of practicing the combo that you're gonna drop over and over, you're gonna end up saving minutes to hours over the course of a week of practicing by simply using this save state. And you can do this to practice your combos as well. So what do I do after this juggle here, right? I saved a state. Now I can actually come here and be like, okay, that's an option. This doesn't work. That didn't really work. There we go, right? You can practice your combo branching paths very quickly using save states. Super powerful feature, and we'll actually tie into the next feature as well. You're going to want to use the restart to quickly move around the screen, and you're going to definitely want to use save states to quickly and efficiently lab things. The next setting you're going to want to utilize to lab like a pro is the recording playback. So let's go over to the recording settings page here, and this allows you to record the dummy doing an action, just free record and play it back. And you have many different slots where you can apply these recordings, and you can play them at the same time or one at a time, however you see fit. So I have my man Edmund Honda here, everyone's favorite month 1 character. And we're going to use this recording settings in order to recreate situations that are difficult to deal with in a real match and figure out how to counter them. So I'm going to pick record, and I'm going to have it record on input. So this won't start the recording until I press a button. And once I select this and I press a button, you can see the time is now going and it's actually recording my input. So if I just move around, press buttons, pause, it has the recording saved. 305 frames of recording. Now, if I want to turn this on to play it, I need to tab to the right, and I have all my recordings here. I can record multiple of them. I only have one right now. I can press Y to turn them on or off. You can hit start recording replay here to play it, or have a shortcut assigned to it, which I showed in the shortcut settings in order to start the replay. I have that bound to my L3 button. There's the recording. It's not much of anything, but there's the dummy doing the actual recording. So what's actually lab something? I've been having trouble with E-Honda spamming heavy headbutt from full screen, and I don't know how to deal with it. Well, here's an option. I'm gonna have Honda do heavy headbutt from full screen, and then I'm gonna have them mash DI after. I'm gonna replay that back. Now I want to set up the situation, so let me go ahead and put Honda over here on the side of the screen. Let me move on over here to the back. Now let me save state so that I can quickly return to this full screen position anytime I want. And now I'm gonna use my record replay and turn it on. And here we go. I'm gonna have Honda doing his full screen headbutt. There we go. Now, how can I deal with this? So if you don't know, you can actually DI Honda for doing headbutt if it's far enough. So from up close, that's too close, he's gonna DI me back. However, I back up some, maybe to this distance, I react in time, punish counter. So from full screen, if Honda does DI or headbutt, if I time it early enough, he's not gonna be able to do anything about it. If I do it too late, however, that was too late, Honda's gonna counter DI. So now with my save states on, I can quickly practice reacting to this. There we go, and I can practice doing a big punish, and I have one more way, one more tool in my arsenal to stop Honda from doing this from full screen. And of course, you can also try, maybe practicing your perfect parry timing. It's very difficult to time that. So not the easiest thing. You're definitely gonna want to hit training mode to time it. There we go. Practice your timing, practice your punishes. Now, a lot of characters have a lot of strong tools and they're not obvious how to deal with it. Use the recording settings plus the shortcuts and the save states to recreate scenarios that you see in real matches in order to figure out how to counter the characters, and you can stop the opponent from spamming gimmicks just because you lack knowledge. Knowledge is power in fighting games, and the more matchup knowledge you accumulate, the harder your opponents are going to have to work in order to random you out because you're too smart. You know their tricks and you're going to bop them for it. Okay, those are all the basic settings that you should utilize in order to efficiently lab and level up in Street Fighter 6. I have a final exercise that I've developed in order to test some offensive pressure that I use, and this will utilize a lot of these settings, and you can get some ideas from this in order to apply to your own character to level up your situational awareness and your own combo ability and your ability to convert when needed to. So for this, I'm going to turn the dummy on to block after first hit, and I'm gonna set a few options. So I'm gonna have wake up reversal, I'm gonna have crouching light punch turned on, drive impact turned on, and also do nothing. So this is another thing under common action. So this will do basically your setting in the dummy settings if it doesn't pick one of these two. So if you have block after first attack, it'll block on the do nothing setting. Very interesting thing to have there. You want to turn that on to test this. And I'm gonna have on block reversal, crouching light punch, I'm gonna turn this on, and I'm going to set this to on 1. I'm also going to turn on block reversal, drive impact, and also I'm going to have do nothing as well. So block reversal and wake up reversal are going to have the same things here. And with that, here's the exercise that I developed. I'm going to go ahead and try this out. So I'm practicing doing my pressure after throw. I'm going to do dry brush heavy kick. And if they DI, I want to counter DI in return. And if they block or get hit, I want to convert that to pressure. So here I can make the whole sequence kind of flow together and quickly. There you go. He got counter hit. He woke up jab there. Now I can practice my combo conversion. Right? And I can even save this state right here to speed this up. So post throw, I'm going to save the state. Counter DI. Counter DI. Offensive pressure, counter DI. So this whole sequence, it does lose, obviously, to like wake up perfect parry, or if they wake up reverse like a DP or super, I'll get beat here. But this helps me practice converting and reacting to my opponent if they do one of these options that I'm trying to beat, and make sure I'm ready on a dime to turn this into a real combo, right? Because you don't want to miss these opportunities for big damage. Obviously, I'm skipping past the DI. I would do a combo after the DI there. And you can also try this on the other side of the screen, right? Practice your muscle memory on both sides. It's super important. There's my save state. I can replay the save state, practice, react to the DI, block pressure, react to the DI. This helps me be extremely prepared for what my opponent will do and make sure that I take every advantage I can get and turn this into an opportunity and convert offensively. Now, your character will have something similar to practice as well, but this gives you an idea of how to get the gears turning to set up the training mode settings to create exercises and drills to not only practice your combos, but your situational and offensive awareness as well as defensive awareness. These settings will help you level up quick and enjoy Street Fighter 6 to its fullest potential. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.